Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Activities for People Living at Home with Dementia. We are proud to offer this series with funding from the Area Agency on Aging and the United Way, of Tarrant County. These programs are recorded and are made available for viewing through a YouTube channel for future use. I am your host for today's activities, and I'm bringing to you Peggy Spear from the Amon Carter Museum of American Art. Peggy's going to be showing us art about the beach, and I can't wait to hear what she has to say. Peggy, it's all yours.
Oh, thank you, Martha. All right.
Hey, Peggy.
Whoop,
Thanks
yes.
thanks for interrupting your vacation to talk to us.
Oh my gosh, of course. I felt so bad leaving you guys last week that I was glad I got some time with you this week. All right, here we are. So beach is on my mind because I am at the beach. So I thought, let's look at some beaches. So we looked at this one way back in the fall, but it is a oldie and a goodie and a favorite here at the museum entitled Bass Rocks #2. So some of this you're probably familiar with and some of it you might have forgotten. So let's see where we remember. What do we see?
I think I see birds, but it's because I'm seeing little eyes.
Like this area?
Yes, the red one and the blue one.
Okay. Oh, right here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bird. It's actually, that could be fitting within. What, does anyone else see anything?
I think I see water.
Where do you see that, Don?
The blue, the bright blue in the middle of it.
Right here?
Yeah. Well, no, just the whole
so
thing.
Yeah. It's the ocean.
That's the ocean. Okay.
Do we see anything else that might suggest it's an ocean? What about these?
In the upper left corner, the two in the red square, the two X's thing, that could be bird prints in the sand.
Cool. I like that idea. It could be. This for sure we know is the sand.
Okay.
A part of the sand. And those red lines are footprints.
Oh.
Do you see where the person might be?
Of course, yes. Shoreline.
The shoreline, yes. So we've got the ocean that Don identified. We've got the yellow beach. Where do you see where a person might be who created those footprints?
Right. I see a face that looks like it's laying in the water.
Yeah, swimmer.
Right here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've never seen that.
Swimmer. Yeah.
How cool. This is actually who he intended to be a person.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But this is so abstract that I think he deliberately leaves things kind of open-ended so you can bring your vision of the beach to this painting. Now you've said that, Don, that's all I'm ever going to see is this person swimming freestyle. And one time I had a little, I guess she was probably in like second or third grade, pointed out a camel on a leash.
A camel. Huh.
So there's a little ear.
Yes.
That's just its head.
Yeah.
All I see now is a camel on a leash.
My goodness. And now I do see a real bird. It's a white one at the top center.
Right here.
Yeah.
That does really, like a seagull.
Mm-hmm.
And then here, it might be, what does this look like? It might be
A caution flag.
a caution flag, some sort of flag.
Yeah. Some sort of
Boat flag.
And another one, black and white's pink. Yeah, there.
Down here.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought the same thing, and the curator quickly reminded me I was wrong. Actually, a lighthouse, a very abstract lighthouse,
Oh,
and that's the beach it's on and the light it's casting.
light.
that's the light.
okay.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought it was a boat.
Mm-hmm. With a sail.
Mhm. And then over here, parts of these chunkier black and red and orange, these zigzags was meant to replicate the very rocky coastline that was in Gloucester. I feel like I'm always saying it wrong. Massachusetts. So this was a beach town. The artist, it's an artist colony really, but this artist went to this beach over and over again with his family. And it was a part of Massachusetts he really loved. So he, in many artworks, has recreated versions of this beach. So does this make you feel cheery, happy, stressed? Well, how do you feel when you look at this?
Kind of happy.
Happy? What gives you that feeling?
Well, knowing that this is basically recognizing that this is looks like the ocean and some sand and other things that we've talked about. It's one of my favorite places to be.
I love that. And that he chooses happy colors.
Yes.
If
Yes.
you think about, he changed it to grays and blacks and dark blues. That would be a very different beach feel.
Mhm. I found a real smiley face.
Point it out.
The top left corner where the red is above that.
Right here.
Uh-huh. The
That's
two
a
eyes
wacky,
now.
happy face. Again, now I'll only see that happy face. You guys, this is one of those artworks that everyone brings something to it, and then you bring that with you every time you look at it. You carry that conversation. But yeah, so he was, when he was creating this, he was really influenced by Cubism, which was a movement that was happening in Europe at the time. So you can see how things are broken up in chunks, which was
Yes.
a characteristic of that particular movement. And he was really into jazz, the improvisational nature of jazz. So knowing that ups and downs and maybe the repetition of things, you can see a lot of that replicated in this artwork. So where might you see some repetition?
The footprints.
The footprints. That's a good one. And the twirlies, the swirlies.
Yes,
Yeah.
those are waves, right?
Mhm. Yes, exactly.
Is the blue thing above that a building?
I think so. I think that suggests a window, maybe like a little beach bungalow, but the blue around it, I don't know if that's particularly the sky or a house or just more of the coast.
The only thing I think of is that all the crosses.
Mm-hmm.
I always think about either some religious stuff or maybe some memorials.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So there are other artists that were into the metaphysical, the mystic. He was not one of those artists. So I'm not sure if those crosses have any more meaning than just being a geometric type of shape.
Okay.
But there were many artists at that time who would have meant something by it. So that I'm sure he was looking at those artists as well. All right. Well,
Okay,
we're
you ready to hear Off the Wall?
theme
Yes.
to go to.
When in the
geez.
Say that. Did someone say something?
yeah, I was when you said about jazz about the last picture.
Oh, mm-hmm.
I can envision in the Pink Panther movie when he's playing the horn and things like that come out.
Yes. Yes, he was, a lot of his artwork at this time, you can almost hear that type of ups and downs and
Yes.
someone really riffing, and you feel some of those riffs. I mean, almost like if that music was playing like you're talking about and he was just dragging his paintbrush, do, 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 or,
Yeah.
you know, there's a staccato, do, 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 do. You can hear it and you can feel it, and it's happy and it's cheery.
Yes.
That's exactly what he's doing here. And he was not at all trying to mask it. Every artwork from this period is like jazz hitting you right in the face. But a totally different feel, but another happy beach.
Oh.
It's our man, Elliot Porter. And here he is in the Galapagos Islands.
Oh.
Now that
So
makes
what-
me happy.
I was going to say, what do you feel when you see this? Martha, what makes you the happiest?
They're chilling.
Chilling.
Yep.
It's their beach. Nobody's bugging them.
Yep. just laying in the sand waiting to go get something to eat.
That's
Doesn't
me.
that just look like I know, I was going to say that's my beach trip.
Yeah.
So this, Elliot Porter, was a big naturalist, environmentalist, always trying to capture nature as it was. And so there was I want to make sure I'm getting it right. The Conservation Foundation was putting together a book about the Galapagos Islands and the importance of this locale in terms of research and leaving that land alone and keeping it preserved for as long as possible. This was in the 60s. So Elliot Porter went down as a photographer to take all these pictures. It was part of a larger thing called the Earth's Wild Places. And so it was trying to show this is one of the last wild places and let's keep it. So we spent 5 months there and was trying to document the untouched nature. And this was one of those scenes where he found these lounging seals and was able to get close enough he did not obviously stage, good luck staging a seal, but he left nature as he found it, whether it was plants or other smaller animals that he could actually touch. He always tried to leave the human out of it. And all of the pictures from this, he didn't manipulate nature and he also didn't show human existence within it. So you don't see any footprints or you don't see any people. It's just the seals and the sea.
So it could have been from any decade.
Truly. That's a really good point.
Well, I'm not sure the Galapagos Islands looks that way today, but I haven't been paying close attention to it, I guess.
I think you're right. I know a lot of marine biology research is still conducted there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure so much about the flora and the fauna.
Yeah.
But here they were trying to build a case, and this was a 2-series book. And the first one, I think there's only like 60 something images used total. And
Wow.
shore life was actually not one of the ones he really documented. It was more of the things happening on land.
What was the
And
name of the?
all of his photographs, all of the photographs in the books were his photographs. He was the only photographer's images used. So it was a real contribution, 69 images. But then when this book was published, his name did not get the credit for the photograph. So
No.
Yeah.
So what's the name of this book?
I think it is The Earth's Wild Places, and then it's just the Galapagos Islands.
Okay.
And so it's kind of funny, what he was doing as an environmentalist then would not at all count as an environmentalist now. I mean, I read something that said they were killing and eating dolphins, which, that would not fly. But he was defending it by saying, well, if you're part of the land, you have to use the land to survive. So he's not wrong, but there was also the 60s, so there were other ways around.
The other thing I think about when we talk about the 60s and marine, the Galapagos Islands, I think of Jacques Cousteau and the work he did all over the world.
Yes. This was a very popular topic in the 60s and into the 70s, given the world and awareness. And it was a pretty powerful book when it came out. And so the images are absolutely stunning. And this one is no exception. I mean, look at the sweet little face of this guy, just the one laying to the right. My mouse, I don't know where it went. There it is. His little face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are multiple exposures of this where some seem a little less blue and cheery, still beautiful nonetheless. But this particular exposure, just happy.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're seeing a totally personless beach to your worst nightmare on the beach.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't that kill you when you find your seat at the beach and then someone puts their umbrella, literally you can put your arm out and you're under their umbrella?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got George Bellows. We've seen him before. He's doing lithography again, which we've seen before. He did the some of the punching, boxing, fighting. He's done the polo matches. And now we've got another beach scene that's just kind of showing people and kind of the less glamorous life of going to the beach. So what kind of things stick out to you first?
All the old-fashioned swimming suits.
The swimsuits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Lots of people.
Lots of people.
They're real bodies. They're not what you find at the pool these days.
That's right.
Right. Yeah, no skinny minis and a two-piece.
Mm-mm.
You've got the shore way in the distance.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a big beach. It's a wide beach.
Mm-hmm. And I couldn't find out what beach this was. He vacationed, I want to say in Maine and Massachusetts. He lived in New York City, so this could easily be something on Long Island or, Rhode Island or someplace close by. But speaking to George Bellows, there's a little bit of a relation you can establish with this because this could be any beach anywhere. So it's relatable no matter what beach you're going to.
I was going to say, I can imagine this being Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, anytime that I went down there.
Yeah, so wherever your beach is, you've probably lived this beach, no matter where you've been. And you can see, even though they're starting to get less detail, you can still kind of recognize some of the beach behavior. It looks like here, someone's maybe digging a sandcastle. Here, this person's just passed out. I mean, zonked out.
Passed out, yeah.
Right, he's drinking those beers, sneaking them in early. We've got someone who looks like they might be on a float or something.
Okay.
Maybe some, I don't know if it's sunscreen or just situating someone's bathing suit.
You can tell that these people have just gotten out of the water because the paintings show their swimming suits clinging to them.
Yeah. Really good point. Yeah, and her hair's bending over. She might have just gotten out and, getting her hair situated. But there's just something fun about this. I mean, it's not your favorite beach day, but this beach day. And so a totally different beach experience than this last one.
My goodness.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what a lithograph is, but what is chine coley?
Thank you for asking.
You know what? I want to say it's a type of not tint, but maybe like a pencil.
Oh, okay.
That goes back in after.
Okay.
I haven't seen that material in a long time, so that's like going back to grad school.
Okay.
Hasn't worked that hard in a while.
And you're on vacation, right?
I know, guys, I can't. What I'm saying might or might not be true. Don't hold me to it. And so this print is one of those prints that's in a lot of collections. He made a lot of prints during this time, about 100 prints. And so a lot of museums have different versions of this print and other prints of that same time. This is when he was really into lithography and was trying to elevate lithography from a simple artwork on paper to a high art that the U.S. has kind of had at this point in the history had not been interested in. All right, we got one more, and this artist must have been thinking the same type of thing. Crowded beach. So what kind of things do we see?
Lifeguard stand.
Lifeguard stand, yes.
Wait.
Who might not be doing the best job watching. Looks like he's flirting with someone.
Yeah,
That's right.
Exactly.
Looks like they're all flirting.
It's true. There looks like there's like a roughhouse situation here.
Yeah.
Mom and kid. Bathing beauties.
Yep. Two people that are hugging each other.
Right here. We've got the one under the beach chair. We've got some under the umbrella. You can see the umbrella in the corner.
And the gossips in the other corner.
Yes.
And then this is my kind of scene. They're all eating sandwiches and drinking their drinks and sitting around talking on a big old beach towel. And then you've got someone running out, someone splashing in the shore, someone about to go out of bounds.
Yeah,
But
I
again,
resemble that remark.
better identify what's happening than in this Bellows one. I think Bellows was really trying to hit you with the crowdedness of the beach,
Right.
while this is really kind of talking about the different beach experiences. That's all happening at the same time.
Yeah,
And so
looks
this
to me like
particular,
this.
you know,
Go
it's
ahead.
Coney Island in Long Island,
Long Island.
Coney Beach.
You know, the feet stick out to me in this one.
Yeah, they do. Which particular piggy?
Just these two that are coming from under the umbrella.
Mhm.
And then the ones with the
The-
people
yeah.
hugging next to it.
Yep. And then you look, even the detail here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. There's a whole bunch of feet.
Yeah, there's feet everywhere.
Even the rough housing,
Yeah.
they stick out.
The bodies are more detailed in these depictions also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot more detail. Wood cutting allows you to, because he's using his artist's hand, not that the lithography isn't, but he can really control the lines and detail in the wood because he's carving directly into a block of wood.
That
So
just
this-
amazes me.
Oh, I know. Isn't it shocking?
Mhm.
And you can see here, it feels a totally different style down in the corner
Yeah.
than the rest.
Are they in the shade?
They might be. There
Hmm.
might be, I can't see. And it might be also a balancing technique because
Oh.
this water here is so dark and really anchoring the top. You would need something to anchor the bottom. And if you can imagine to play out the rest of that white, it would feel kind of like that bottom is just floating away. It wouldn't feel like your eye is staying in that artwork.
Oh,
What kind of beach goers are you? Are you you're out there at 9 and you're there until 5, or are you there for an hour and heading back into the house? What kind of beach?
I guess currently we'd be the kind that finds the what do you call it?
Palapala.
The falafel on the beach, and lay there on the chairs that they got there till we get hungry for lunch or something.
Yeah.
I'd
And
be
then would you come back
okay.
out after lunch?
What's that?
You come back out after lunch, or then would you
Yes.
just kind of nap and perfect? What would you do, Martha?
I'd be in the shade, covered up. It reminds me of the bird cage when the two men are sitting on the beach, covered up with this slathered in sun skin cover, and say, "Oh, I just love the sun."
Yeah.
And they're under an umbrella. That would be me. But I would love the air and the salty smell
Mm-hmm.
and the liveliness of the other people, and I'd be happy. Like
People-
Donna and Myra, I would be happy watching.
Yeah.
Now, when I was growing up in South Carolina, my Boy Scout troop went to more more remote beaches, I guess you would say.
Oh, uh-huh.
And what I liked there was that there wasn't a lot of people, and the beach went on and on and on. And as long as we back for supper time, we were out doing what we wanted to do.
That's fun. Yeah, there's no fishing in this picture,
Nope.
What
which maybe out of bounds they could, but yeah, you can't fish in beaches like this while everybody's out and playing.
What are you doing on your vacation, Peggy? You're at the beach.
We're just doing a lot of what this center group is doing, but with toddlers. So it's doesn't look as relaxing.
Mhm.
Here with my parents and my siblings, and then I have about 16 cousins who are here with their parents.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. It's really relaxing when the kids are all down and we're just, I mean, catching up and drinking and playing card
Yeah.
games and the whole bit.
Yeah, when Myra and I were first married, my parents side of the family would host big beach house things at the down at the South Carolina coast.
Oh,
And-
that is the best. I'm sure you have so many fun stories that from
Oh, yeah.
all
Oh, yeah.
of the years of doing
Yeah,
that.
here's the worst story was we were the last people to get there, so we got the bunk beds. So
If that is not the incentive to get someplace early to claim
Yeah.
your bed or do all the planning of the trip, if it means you get to pick the best room,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a mistake you make once, and you're like
We never made that mistake again.
you're like in the car the night before, just waiting to go.
That's right.
All right, well, that is all of our beach trip this week.
Wow.
Next week we are looking at summer sports because the Olympics start.
Oh, yes.
Can you believe it?
Good.
So we will look at this at summer sports. And then I know Don and Myra, you guys signed up for American Icons, which is tomorrow. So we're going to do a little more digging through our American collection.
yeah,
I'll be at a ladies' lunch, or I would be there.
Oh, well, I hope you enjoy your ladies' lunch.
Oh, it's tough having to make choices, but it's nice to be able to get out again.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Just don't get RSV.
No,
No.
yeah.
Or
we
the
we
thing
all,
is, we knew she was going to be fine, but you just have to wait it out. And it's so miserable watching a little bub just with an oxygen mask. I mean, it was
Oh
like
yeah, I bet.
impossible keeping her from trying to rip it out.
mhm.
Okay, we're all here.
We all
And
have
that's good.
warm, healing thoughts for her.
Thank you. I knew you all were thinking of me. I hated missing you, but I knew you guys are my people who had my back. So
Yeah,
Yep,
Absolutely.
we understand. Excellent. Thank you, Peggy.
all right, friends, thank you so much. I will try to figure out the sound situation, but you guys are
Bye.
good. Thanks, Martha.
okay. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Mwah.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Now, wasn't that interesting to do that by telephone?
Yes,
it was.
Yes, it looks like. Nancy, are you going to hang in there? Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at what's coming up. I will not be here tomorrow. As I said, I'm having my once a month ladies' lunch. And tomorrow, Gail is going to be your host, and she has a surprise for us, and even we don't know what that is yet.
Potpourri.
Potpourri. Oh, that's great. I might tell her potpourri.
Potpourri.
Yes.